Yeah, you can read from here, who's here, and then
I don't query it.
No, it's
we've got enough chip. Oh, I know, Eric, don't worry, thank you very much.
Alan says, oh, someone else waiting for your doctor.
Oh,
They were sort of
yeah, I believe it is.
Oh, and I hope everyone enjoys it. You've got to go on this afternoon. Thank you very much.
It's double. It'll be obviously when it's so obvious that even in the class, thank you. Two of the classes, they were double.
Yeah. Oh, okay, thank you very much. Is she going? Yeah, Joanna has asked as well.
You can do it whenever.
Yeah, and it's probably
Thank you, Pete. I'll put that in. Yeah, she said it's coming.
Which is not going to be very long.
No, it was the scrap this morning, and we had to get consent for the audience. What's that? No, what's that?
Still got the original one.
Yeah, she was great, really good. And I just love the fact that the organisation early on the council, but then really culture that we were able to have our own emails and mobiles and stuff and communication. And she just loved it. And I like the fact that she went and voted. She didn't have to question if she was allowed to, but she voted for the petition. She's asked me to text her tonight to let her know which picture. Yeah, and I just thought she'd done her homework. She said her husband yesterday morning looked up what mobile homes are. So she got a feeling of it, and then when she was setting up, we were chatting, and it just felt really personal because her little jokes of what she'd say got personal to us, weren't they? And I was pleased because I said, I don't know if people should get at this club personally. And she said, oh, no, she said, people don't. I just want to see them moving in the chairs and singing, and then you know you've got a reaction. Yeah, she was great. I'm terrible at singing music. People sound like jokes when I go to a party. I don't really sit down. I just and then everybody goes, "How come you stay so soon?" And it's like, I'm just drinking milk. I didn't ask that with cheese and biscuits. But yeah, it's nice. I think we could use them again as an organisation. Yeah, she said she'd have yeah, she's Nuneaton. She actually said on Friday night she was in a pub in Northampton. And she said that was quite fun. She said it was a room of 20-year-old girls. But she said they were brilliant to just dance and dance and dance. She said, no, there's no entertaining us. I really liked her as a person. And I said to her, because you're doing this gig, do you know where they planted a tree? And she said, oh, yeah, every booking they give a tree to offset. Did you not read my secretarial report? Because I said it will, you know, it's good because we're all decent families. Even though they're doing it for their artists, it kind of, you know, it's good for us, isn't it? That we're booking people and thinking about sustainability as much as we can. What was it? Straight after, we'll just set up your thingy and move a couple of the tables so people see that, and I'll be telling you.
Yeah, I do okay, that means I can get away with it. I don't know what
Yeah, that's true. And I know what I've left at the back. Yeah. He came alive. Would you? Oh, no, because then he asked George to play some dire straits and stuff, and he was up on the dance floor with us, and he was just in his element. He was so happy. He was just like ecstatic. He just came alive, didn't he? After he won that, he was like a different. It was brilliant. Oh, did you? What a lovely thought. Did the cards so when you win your tax thing, you get.
You did that last time.
Isn't it lovely?
How are you all?
I'm just going to then go to the kitchen and get a bit of some water.
That was watching.
Actually, what I'm going to do, give it the option. Go in the toilet, go to the bar. I told people last night, especially that I've got Elizabeth and Pauline and whatnot sitting in that corner. Don't even go there asking questions and stuff. It takes some 30 minutes already. Right, a minute to go. And asked tomorrow if she's going to come and sit here. We're on that. Yeah. We're not, sorry. Be careful of the tops and the last night.
I told you came with the same message.
Oh, I don't know Barry and Tess is. It's just Barry and Tess is left. Pitterway. It's busy. It's not an answer back. I'm a bit busy.
You were the only person to solve this.
You see the tweeters we went Yeah, that's not. So we're going to start at 11:02.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 36th AGM, our annual general meeting of the Romaclub. Just to let you know, we are streaming the proceedings via YouTube, so please don't say anything contentious or pass on any official secrets. And so far, no one's watching, so but there you go.
Yeah, Emma's watching it. And I've commented.
Hang on, I'll turn it on.
So welcome, especially a welcome to our new members and people who are attending their first rally with us. We hope you're enjoying the proceedings and everyone's made you feel very welcome.
Yeah.
Some apologies. We've received apologies from Alan and Brenda Horn. Obviously, Alan can't come because his leg's in plaster, but many thanks to him for initially doing the organisation of the event. Derek and Ali Bucker, unfortunately, at coronation duties. Barry and Tess Pittaway, unfortunately, were very keen members, but have sold their van and moving to the Philippines. Apologies also from Margaret Eldridge, from Alan Eilott and Carol Butler, from Jackie and Kenneth Morton, Carl and Ginny Dooley have sent their apologies, Judith Kerr and Nigel Reed. Jill Sansom had to go home early, so she's apologised for leaving us all here, but the weather was too much for her. Brian Box sent his apologies. Malcolm Newell has also gone home because of the inclement weather, but because it's not raining over there. Also apologies from Christine Wally, Pauline Hyam and Lynn Farrington. And could we also, in remembrance, our honorary member Howard Cole who unfortunately passed away in January of this year. So I think that's everything. So then let's move on and do the business. So the first item on the agenda is to approve and sign the minutes of the previous annual general meeting, which you all had in your booklet. So does anyone want to propose that that's... Yes?
Can we have names? Can you shout out your name?
Freddie O'Hare proposed. And Chris Hallam seconded. Hallie, sorry. Right, that's done. Matters arising from the minutes, which I don't think there were any matters arising from the minutes, so we can move on. Chairman's report. Would anyone like to nominate Chairman's report? Yes.
Maureen.
Proposed by Maureen, seconded by Keith. Job done. Secretary's report. Nominated by Keith. Proposed by Keith, and seconded by Maureen. Treasurer's report. Yeah. Proposed. Seconded by me. Membership Secretary's report. Yep, Maureen.
Brilliant.
Proposed by Maureen.
Maureen's read it, clearly.
Seconded by Keith.
Thank you, Keith.
Good, so that's all, everyone's having all the reports. Next item then is the election of the vacant rally officer's seat on the committee. Now, I believe we have someone.
Somebody willing.
Yes.
Somebody willing.
Joe.
So would anyone like to nominate Joe? Yes. Joe.
I'll put down someone else.
Yeah, and obviously,
I'll pick a name. Alan.
obviously we got a seconder there. Can we take a vote on it? Who is in agreement that Joe should become the rally officer? Yes, unanimous.
I'll pick another name. Did Keith put his hand there? There you go.
Then the next item is motions received from members, all the committee. There were none. So then, any other business?
We do have. We've got one letter that's come in. If you want, and then we'll go to Tamara if that's all right. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a question and answer.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're doing it. Well, AOB's not on the
Oh, it's a
agenda.
lovely pen.
All right, AOB's. So yours is another thing. It's not
Is
AOB.
Oh, mine's any other business.
It comes under this after the question.
No, it's only
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Done.
whatever.
Yeah.
No, I know what hers is.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Any other business tomorrow?
Right, well, as you're aware, we have a committee, which is quite a hard-working committee. And as it happened at this camp this year, out of the 8 members on the committee, only 4 of us could be here at the beginning, which to be honest, put quite a lot of pressure, particularly those that were meeting and greeting, which obviously I didn't do. Fortunately, another member, Lynn, came in and helped. But if you had actually seen Emma and Sheldon walking back and forth across that field, I don't know how many miles they covered. Then not only that, then Sheldon then came in and set up all the tables and chairs for the evening thing. So we were under pressure, and it came. I know that anybody we could ask would do it, but that's not the problem. And we did think, a couple of us had a natter, and we thought that perhaps we could have what's called a second tier. Not the committee, but a second tier of group of people that are quite happy to help. Something like teas. Therefore, if they're coming to a camp, we could say, well, would you do the teas between 10 and 12 for us? So we could have a rota. So instead of, me begging someone from, and it turned out to be the treasurer that took over from me, as I said, because we didn't know how to ask. So before we arrive at camp, we would know who was doing what. And it would actually help the committee get on with the things that the committee needs to do. And I thought it would be rather nice if you either let me know at this camp that you'll be able to help, or even send message via the membership. And then I'm a colour coder person, so I can colour code you on my list. And then if we know you're going to camp, we can contact you and say, I know you're going to camp. Would you do half an hour or an hour for this for us or that? Now, if you say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to my cousin's that day, fine, you can't. So you're under no obligation, but it would be a lovely idea that we knew we had people to call upon if we were as low as we were on Friday. Because, as I said, I know that Emma and Sheldon, they must have been exhausted by the end of the day. Anyway, that's my, is it a proposal or what? It's a
proposal.
anyway.
And are you all in an agreement? Obviously, if you want to volunteer, let us know in advance so we can organise something. If you don't, again, no hard feelings.
And I'll take names down today, that are here, that people are interested.
Something
Yeah.
we should put in the review. Don't forget if you want to help and
Yeah, well, we could do that. We need to see if there are people in agreement at first to go ahead with it.
So real happy if things like stacking chairs, tidying away, and the heavy lifting stuff is that.
So do we put it to a vote?
No, well, people have just,
Oh,
just saying, yeah, they're happy. So let's go.
Well, shall we have it? Do it. Are people in agreement with that? Yes, unanimous.
Anybody against it? Well, you have to ask.
Yeah.
Would anybody dare?
Thank you very much.
I'll be collecting names later.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any other business, there is. Chris.
All I wanted to say is I'm running a quiz tonight, so I wanted to give you some of the ground rules for the quiz. And one is you have teams of about 4 people, no more than 4 people. And 2, make a name up for your team so that we can write it down so we know what scores you get. So if you can make a team of 4 up, have a name ready so we're not faffing around tonight. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
I have a question. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Derek. I keep, some people ask me who own Mizans and New Ventures, and they, because there's only a few of them, they wonder if it's possible if they could sort of join as associate members or something similar.
Did everyone hear Dennis's question? No. Basically, what he was saying is that there are some variants of Roma homes, like the Mizan and the New Venture.
Yeah.
And he was saying, would the club be happy for people that own those vans, which aren't technically Roma homes? Would you be happy for them to join as maybe associate members? We have actually discussed this in previous meetings, Dennis, and I think the idea we came up that the answer is no. We have now, last year we amended the constitution slightly so that if you started off with a Roma home, but for whatever reason you had to sell it or it broke or whatever, you could still remain as a member of the club, but with no voting rights. But if you wanted to start afresh and join as a new member, you would have to have a Roma home. That's it.
My question is, it's going to sound really annoying to some, but I'm still on a piece of paper as my name tag, which falls out regularly. And I see around me, now I've been in the club, I don't know, 5 years maybe? And there are the metal ones. If the metal ones are no longer available, could we perhaps look into having them made again? Because I would love to wear a proper one rather than this bit of tatty paper that keeps dropping out. And I'd happily buy one. And I'm sure other people would.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the answer is yes, we'll look into it.
Okay,
Certainly.
thank you.
Yeah. Any other business? Keith?
How many new people have we got here today, Sheldon? And have they got the yellow?
I gave the yellow. Definitely yellow.
I think we have 6 people who's it's their first first time, and they were all given yellow ribbons at the start. Whether they're still sporting them, I can't answer. But they were definitely all given yellow ribbons. Any other business? Then I formally close the meeting at 11:15. 15 minutes. It's not quite up to Alan's standards. But
Previous guy for the record, you're not.
And so, following on from that, the next item is the question and answer session. We didn't get any questions really. One question, and that was it. So we'll deal with that one question. And that is John and Sheila Parker wrote to ask what is the alternative to Calagas 3.9 propane bottles now that they're discontinued.
I
Yes.
did read somewhere, I can't tell you where, that they were bringing them back in because all the boating community had put forward that they couldn't fit anything else in their lockers. I read it on the waterways website. But yes, they have. February.
Yeah, I can add to that. You're right that Calagas have delayed the removal of the 3.9 bottle, but they will eventually go. So that's only a short-term thing. And basically, when they decide to replace the valve mechanism on the bottle, right, when it comes to that point, they will discard the bottle and it won't be back in circulation. So they will phase out. And there is an alternative, which is flow gas. And they have bottles the same size with the same connector. So you need to search out flow gas agents, I guess.
But John, okay, if I can add to that, to get a flow gas cylinder, which is the simplest option because it's the same regulator, you do have to be careful that you make sure you get a bottle that fits in your locker because all the flow gas bottles aren't the same size. Some are taller and some are a little bit fatter. So you actually need to physically make sure it will fit in your locker.
That's absolutely right. And you may or may not be able to swap your old Calagas bottle for the flow gas, depending on whether they Calagas.
No, flow gas won't. And the only way you'll get it refunded from Calagas is if you have the original hire agreement, which of course we all keep. Frank.
It's the Camping Gas International bottle, which if anyone can go abroad, that's far easier to get than any other. It's a blue bottle, and reluctantly, Island Plastics provided the bottle.
Yeah, that's a butane bottle.
Yeah.
But you will need to change the pigtail, the connector to that because it uses a different connector.
Yeah. But it is it's a far, I think, personally,
That is certainly a solution, but as John says, you'll need to change the regulator. If you previously were using propane, you would need to change the regulator.
And the regulators,
it's the pigtail from the regulator.
The regulators are 30 whatever pounds per inch, and it would do either butane or propane.
Yeah.
But you do need to change the pigtail.
I was assured yesterday by one of our members who actually has gone home this morning because he's got a gig. And I think his name's Malcolm from Sheppey, because he actually refills his containers using the pigtail, and it tells you online how you can do it and which pigtail to buy. And he said he can fill his 5 times over from one of the bigger ones.
That is correct.
So if anybody wants to go down that route, it is legal, but whether you want to do it because the gas will freeze your hands and you've got to be really careful. It is possible.
It's possible to do that, you're right in saying that, but you can run into legal problems. It's not recommended.
No, you've got to know what you're doing.
And some of the LPG garages will, they spot you doing it, will, tell you can't do it.
Yeah.
And Malcolm's
It's a dodgy thing to do, but you're right, it's a lot cheaper.
Yes, it is, yeah. Well, our local farm shop actually took a delivery of these cylinders a couple couple of weeks ago. And so we dived straight home and got our empty one and went straight back. But they had only just been delivered, so they are still in circulation, but very scarce.
Maureen.
Can I say again that flow gas are having trouble with cylinders as well, because everybody's going over to flow gas. They're having a shortage of the ones that we
Definitely, and also because if you look, I looked on their website this morning, and you can't book them online now. They say they were flow gas. If you try and buy one online, actually going to buy one, and they're out of stock, we'll only exchange like for like. They're not selling.
Yeah, I managed to actually buy a flow gas bottle from somewhere about half an hour away from school. She wouldn't sell me two.
Any other questions, people? There you are.
I'm ready to run.
Then we can close the question and answer session.
Yeah. Well, we just set up.
So what next? Jack is going to do a presentation entitled "Arts in Prisons." While we set up the projector, if anyone wants to grab a cup of tea, so we're ready to go.
And we'll be in
Yes. Before you do that,
okay.
photo competition. Sorry, before we do that, Eric is going to announce the winners
I haven't done the craft.
of the photo competition.
We can do. We'll do the craft tonight.
Craft. Sorry.
That's all right.
And I think that not everybody's voted for the craft, so it's an opportunity you've still got.
Yeah.
Opportunity. Remember to vote for the craft team, which tomorrow will present the prize tonight.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Sheldon. Thank you once and all for entering, for voting. Thank you very much too to the What Mind that sorted out the categories. I know who it is, but I'm not saying.